All right, guys, today we're not in Texas, we're in Austria. We're at KTM Motor Hall, about to rent this 890 SMT. I have no idea where I'm about to go. Hopefully it goes well. And this is the bike. We're gonna go out and check it out, see what these roads are like. And yeah, let's go. All right, guys, well, I rode a few miles and was pretty intimidated just riding in a new country. But here we are, we pulled off at this Austrian golf course. It's actually really green and nice driving range. But the 890 is like a perfect tool, it seems like, for this. It does well with the passenger, and it's just a good ride height to where it's not too tall and you feel confident on the road. So we're gonna go explore some more riding, see what this bike is like, hopefully not get too lost. We have to return this bike in a little bit, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, let's hop back on, and maybe I'll talk about what the rental process is like a little bit later on. All right, guys, just did our first like probably 6 to 8 mile loop. We came back to the KTM Motor Hall where you rent these bikes, and it's not too hard. If you're a US citizen and you have pretty good riding experience, I recommend you do it. It's not super expensive. Make sure you get your international driver's permit. You're gonna need that if you were gonna come here and rent one of these bikes. So the bikes they had available for us today were a couple of 390 Adventures. I think they had a 390 Duke. They had an 890 Adventure, and then this 890 SMT, which I thought would be perfect for us riding around here because the tires are, oh, GT3, brand new GT3, damn. Well, the tires are a little bit smaller, so I can get my feet down easier, and with the passenger, you know, if we get into a difficult situation, I think the SMT is a better choice than the Adventure. Not planning to do any off-roading, but yeah, this bike's been great so far, and the cost is not too bad either. It's what did it come out to?
64 euros.
Yeah, 164 euros, and that included renting all the gear, which, you know, you're probably not gonna be able to bring your gear if you're coming from the US, so that's really nice to have. And it's quality gear too. It's not just some cheap stuff, and it even is KTM branded, which is awesome. But I think the 390s might be cheaper, but I would say if you have riding experience, go with the 890. Better to have the power. Didn't charge for a passenger. We're not entirely sure if they made a mistake or not. But and then they did a €100 deposit as well, right? But other than that, they just send you on your way and say go ride, and you get 4 hours, right? 4 hours, so pretty good. We'll hop back on and hopefully find another cool spot to ride. All right, guys, I'm really falling in love with the 890 SMT. Honestly, if I had the money, this would be a great bike to have with the Super Duke, because it makes riding with the passenger really easy, and it just got great power, not overpowered, but good for cruising these roads out here. So we are probably 10 or probably 10 to 15, probably 15 miles north of Mattighofen, which is where KTM is based out of. And we're gonna keep going north. You can see gas prices are different here. It's per liter. It's pretty expensive, actually. But yeah, we're gonna keep riding up north on this, oh, Challenger. That's weird to see in Austria. I feel like you never see those. What do you think so far about the ride?
It's very comfortable. It's pretty through like the Austrian countryside. I mean, as soon as we got out of the city, like it took within 3 minutes, we're in the countryside, and it's just like gorgeous views, and
Yeah.
the weather here is incredible. It's 70 degrees right now.
Wow.
And it's sunny. It wasn't supposed to be sunny today, so that's really exciting.
Yeah. And it's interesting riding around Mattighofen and the other cities. Whenever they see you on a KTM, it's weird. It's like they look at you like you're almost like in a supercar or something. They get a lot of respect when it's ridden around here. People have a lot of pride in KTM here in Austria, and I think for good reason. This bike's been really fun so far. We're going to keep taking it up north, and we'll check in with you guys when we get there. Trans out. Totally cool. Wow, guys, I don't know how many kilometers we've ridden so far. I would say we've ridden probably like 50 miles, so I think that's like 80 kilometers or so. The 890 is doing great. Like I said, the comfort is awesome on this bike. Upright seating position. For the passenger, it's still good. And the power is great. It's more power than really you need. A 1290 would be overkill like the GT. But I mean, I'm a 1290 Super Duke R owner, so that's kind of hypocritical of me to say sometimes, you know, power is never enough. But this is a perfect size for just a middleweight, just, I don't know, have fun, adventure, touring bike. You can't really do off-road with it unless you put knobbies on, then you might be able to. But in its current configuration, it makes a perfect bike for just putting the miles down and doing it comfortably with the passenger as well. You have cruise control, ride modes, all those different things. Heated grips. I put the grips on the highest position, and I'm actually gonna have to turn them off because it's starting to burn my hands. It's that good, which is awesome to see. The Acropofitch exhaust sounds awesome, but it doesn't make your ears bleed by any means. You got the hand guards, so that's going to protect your wind. This does a pretty good job of keeping, you know, it shoots off a lot of wind. It doesn't hit you in the chest as hard. I'm trying to think what else. I really like the mirrors. I'm not sure if these are OEM mirrors, but they're really weird because if you look at them, I've never seen a mirror where it's like, normally there's like a bevel, a thick bevel around it. This one is just the mirror itself, and it looks really good. I'm trying to think what else so far I've noticed. The quick shifter is okay. It's not as good as the Super Duke, but it's definitely usable. Let's see, I'll ask Hannah some questions. What do you think? Here, I'll swing around this side just so the lighting's a little better. There we go. That's perfect.
And it's really fun. It's great for, like, I don't know. It's great for passenger. I'm really enjoying it. It doesn't feel crazy like the Super Duke does. The Super Duke scares me. So this is really nice to just like go for a cruising ride, and it's really beautiful over here. And I wish we had more time or more days that we could go more.
I know. Yeah,
it is cool seeing like all of everyone else riding. It seems like everyone just stares or, you know, they wave. It's very friendly, which is nice.
Yeah, I agree. It seems a little bit more friendly than US. I don't know, the riding here. I think a lot of people take a lot of pride in their riding, and there's a lot of good riders in Europe because the way that they license people is much more rigorous. So you see a lot more skilled riders who really understand these bikes and can use them for what they're for. So this is kind of wrapping it up towards the end of the video, but we'll be going back to the motor hall. I'll try and record kind of some more of the process and give you some more information on if you want to do this in the future, what you should do to make this happen. 10
out of 10 recommend it.
Yeah, I definitely recommend it. I was willing to, I thought at first they made it seem the passenger had to pay as well, the full price, which was 130 euro. So I was like, oh, 260 to go ride. I was going to do it, honestly. And even if I paid that, I would have still been happy because how often do you get a ride in Austria and experience roads like these that Texas, they don't have any roads like Austria and the scenery. So this one's been really fun. We're going to hop back on and I'll catch you guys at the motor hall. All right, guys. So while I was on the bike and stuff, it was kind of difficult to clearly and coherently explain exactly the steps we took to rent the bikes at KTM. But here's some riding footage I have playing in the background of a little bit of a taste of what the ride was like. But yeah, so the first things first, what you're going to want to do is what we did is we'd recommend staying in Salzburg.
Yeah, that's where I guess the nearest kind of city that we could get a good hotel to stay in was in Salzburg. So we decided to stay there, and it's only about 40 minutes by train, 45 minutes maybe. So it was really easy to get on and off, and the train had multiple like times that you could go. So we could go whenever and then come back kind of whenever.
Yeah, I think one of the potential mistakes we made was we should have maybe got there a little bit earlier. I mean, honestly, I could have still used up all my time, but riding new roads and being on a bike you've never ridden before, having a passenger on the back, that made the ride a little bit more fatiguing. We did about 2.5 hours of riding, pretty much, straight riding. Like we never stopped to get food or anything, just would maybe stop to take a quick photo and get right back on. But yeah, so once you're in Salzburg,
We got a hotel in Salzburg at the Cocoon, which is basically right across the street from the Salzburg HBF, the main train station. And once we were here, I mean, we did some touristy things around Salzburg, but then on Saturday, the day we chose to go, we were able to get on a train. We chose to get on the train at what, 11:15ish
yeah,
in the morning. So we got on the train at 11:15 and we were in Mattighofen by about noon.
right, yeah, and you definitely want to tour it. At first, I was like, honestly, just so excited to ride. I was about to just say like, maybe I'll do the tour later of the museum and just get on the bike, but definitely worth it to do the tour if you're a true KTM fan, even if you're just a motorcycle fan in general. It's probably the best museum related to automobiles or motorcycles I've ever seen. And then, so once you get there, it's pretty easy. You just go up to the counter, and usually they have.
Well, it's only about a 12-minute walk from the train station also to the KTM Motor Hall. So that wasn't.
Yeah,
bad
it's
after you get off the train.
Yeah, it's an easy walk. But yeah, outside they had, like I said, a couple 390s, a couple 890s. And who knows, when you go, there might be more stuff. I was talking to one of the workers, and it seems like they kind of switch out exactly what models are available for rent. Sadly, 1290s aren't, just due to the liability of those motors. But 890 is great for what you need to do. But yes, it was 130 euros and then €100 deposit, €5 per item that you need for gear. So like helmet, €5, jacket, €5. You can get like fully kitted out if you want to. I just wore a jacket, helmet, and gloves, and then I was wearing my pants and just regular running shoes. And at first, like I said, we thought we were gonna have to pay for passenger the same amount, but it ended up that it was just the rider that had to pay. So if you have a passenger, that's okay. It should be free. And after that, they just take your international driver's permit, make a copy, make you sign some contracts. Basically, if you crash, you're going to be paying X amount. And then they pretty much don't even give you anywhere where to ride. That's one thing I probably should have asked, was like recommendations. We just got on the bike and started riding in random directions, and luckily didn't get super lost. We ended up in Germany at one point, because Germany's like only 30 minutes north. So we crossed the border into Germany and got across a cool natural river boundary there between Austria and Germany. But I'm sure you could go and do much better routes than we did, especially if you plan better. Make sure you fill the bike up fully and wash it, or they'll charge you like ridiculous amount, like €25 if you don't bring it back washed, and then probably like, who knows, same amount, or €50 for the gas. So make sure you do that. Make sure you go in with the right mindset. Don't be too cocky on the bike, because these are roads you've never ridden before.
Everything's foreign. Street signs,
Yeah.
warning signs, nothing is in English. So if you're expecting it to be in English, it won't be. But I know if you're in the U.S., wanting to get an international driving permit, you can do it through AAA. That's what we did. And so we just went to a AAA storefront and filled out the paperwork, took a passport photo basically, and then we were able to get that pass, a piece of paper basically just giving you
Yeah, I was shocked, honestly. I was a little worried. I was like, are they really going to accept this? Like, this doesn't even like look that legit. I mean, I don't know. I was shocked. So that was really good. They don't even tell you any of the traffic laws either. KTM just sends you out on your way in a country you've never ridden before. But if you just follow cars and just use common sense, you'll be good. Trying to think what else that was necessary to know. Definitely do it. Don't be afraid. Just go do it. Even if you get lost, just pull over, look at your phone, make your way back. You can just do like a couple turns at a time, stop, check GPS again, stop. Like, it's you won't get lost unless you lost cell service. Then you might have issues. So make sure you have cell service. All right, guys, first time I've ever used a European gas station. Let's see how this works. This goes in here. This is just like US. It's a little bit different though. The octanes, you got diesel, Super 95, Super 98. This is like their premium. He told me to use this, so we're just gonna use that. Let's get my wallet out. So, what we're gonna do?
I feel like you pump and then pay.
Are you serious?
I feel like you do.
Let's see. Is it? Is it working?
Probably not. You may have to go in and ask.
You think?
Why do you just like to pay in shop? Oh, please fill your tank and then pay.
See? Let me figure this out. So we got the 95. Well, you gotta be careful. European gas is a much higher pressure. It barely rose. Didn't we? Well, got gas all over the place. All right, well, so before you return it, one thing that KTM makes you do is they want you to have the bike washed, which as you can see, it's already freaking clean. So I don't know why they need you to wash it off, but they want you to hose it down. So that's what we're gonna do. But we don't know any German. So we're gonna have to figure this out. I mean, I'm assuming it's like power wash and then some other stuff, but let's try to wash it. But yeah, that was today's video. Probably one of my favorite videos because it's just completely different. Never thought I'd be riding where my 1290 was probably constructed and where it was made and shipped out of. Mattighofen, Upper Austria. Very cool day. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're gonna go do it because it's worth it, and KTM provides a great facility to do it from. Thanks for watching today's video, and catch you in the next one. See ya. Bye.